Welcome friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, we are discussing about the remote sensing and their various techniques. In this video, we are understanding about the different software used for GIS image interpretation. There have been many open source tools has been available for image interpretation in the GIS. There have been also some of the different data types requirement and different image format requirements. In that sense, some of the different image sources has been also available for downloading the different image and process. In this video, we are understanding the different types of software that we can use for GIS image interpretation and their capabilities for our compiling data processes. Our first tool is the Sentinel Toolbox. That are the software used for GIS image interpretation. It has three separate applications like Sentinel-1 Toolbox, Sentinel-2 Toolbox, and Sentinel-3 Toolbox. There have been different types of parameters and different types of processes has been used in the Sentinel Toolbox. Sentinel-1 Toolbox is used for SAR applications, and Sentinel-2 Toolbox is high-resolution optical applications, and Sentinel-3 Toolbox is also useful in high-resolution optical application. It should become a gold standard for open satellite data. Sentinel-2 has been used for that gold standard for open satellite data. If we have to process the vast amount of data collected by Sentinel-2A and 2B, both are the satellites, Sentinel-1, Sentinel-2A and Sentinel-2B. And that captured image is processed by using this software. User can use the Sentinel Toolbox, one of the highlights of the Sense2Core plugin, which allows user to correct atmospheric effect and classify images. We can use our Sentinel Toolbox for the proper atmospheric effects and the classification of image in terms of various layers like carbon concentration, sulfur concentration, nitrogen concentration, and the various atmospheric parameters. If we download the Sentinel-1 synthetic aperture radar data, we can process the data with Sentinel-1 Toolbox. If you want to perform the interferometry and speckle filtering and co-regression, so we have to use Sentinel-1. In interferometry, we are analyzing the atmospheric clouds and their different features like their condensation, and in the speckle filtering we can process the data for higher resolution. If we want to find out the how can we process data, and if we have answered some of that, so the STEP forum is a vibrant community of remote sensing that enthusiasts to help the answer question if we have. I also share this PPT that contains some of the links that you can see for downloading the software, how to use this software, where we can download data, what are the different formats. That is the vast subject. But we have to understand that simple data procedures. Some of the videos has been also available based on that tool. So we have to search that. Next is the QGIS semi-automatic classification plugin. QGIS is one of the most powerful open source GIS software package, and it is available at free of cost. There will be no charges, and plugins are key its success. And their plugins are also freeware, so that cannot be chargeable. In terms of remote sensing plugins, the semi-automatic classification plugin is one of the best and it is especially useful because you can download satellite imagery directly in the plugin, such as Sentinel. There have been different types of satellites like Sentinel, Landsat, Aster, and MODIS. That are the different types of satellites, and their formats of collecting of data are different. But their plugins help us to download the data and directly import into the QGIS. That tool also provides pre and post processing of imagery. If you want to know about the more about the open source QGIS guide, so we can click here and we can find out what are the different types of methodology used in QGIS. There have been large subject because every one software having a many modules, and each module having a separate users of that different performance. I can share this PPT with you, so you can click this link and you can find out how can we use this QGIS. Next tool is Saga GIS, System for Automation Geosciences Scientific Analysis. That is the full form of Saga. It is ideal for most remote sensing needs because of its rich library grid, imagery and carrier processing module. In terms of classification, it is your basic supervised classification, but it is not intuitive and user friendly as other remote sensing software. For analysis and manipulation, it flourishes with terrain tool like topographic position index, topographic wetness index, soil classification. That is the most important module for our users, soil classification, and it is used soil taxonomy. USDA soil taxonomical classification. So first we have to also read about soil taxonomy. That is the larger chapter in the terms of soil classification. It is a 1000-page documentary to find out the different type of soil based on soil taxonomy, and that classification based give on the remote sensing data. It also has some rudimentary tools like photogrammetry and support vector machine. Although it has a vast library of raster based tools, that only downfall of Saga GIS is a lack of documentation for some of them. So some of the documentation are not properly provided. So it is very somehow difficult to use that type of software. If you want to read more, so we have to click this link and we can redirect through that, and we have finding the how much modules has been contained, what are the different characteristic of this software. So we have to read this documentation. Next is the Orfeo Toolbox OTB, Optical and Radar Federated Earth Observation. That are the full form of Orfeo Toolbox. In the 2001, France and Italy started a cooperative project for remote sensing software built on the shoulders of open source community. They called it Orfeo Toolbox, and it's still widely used in this day. Orfeo is an image processing library aims at high spatial resolution data. It's a mixed bag of remote sensing tool including image segmentation, classification and filtering. If you want to find out the different types of filtering data, like we only want to know about how much vegetation, so that types of filtering capabilities has been given in Orfeo Toolbox. Change detection, if you want to if we have our spectrography readings and we want to change the detection parameters, that should also available in that software. Radiometry, PCA and pan sharpening, some of the words are used based on that particular tool. So all the words if we want to understand, we have to find out that all documentation, we have to read all documents. One big plus is its large scale mean shift segmentation, LSMC. So if you want to cut out the one of the portion of our that required project for our required project, we are doing that operation through that software and tool. This type of object based image analysis is a rare feature seen in the software nowadays. Next is the Geographic Resource Analysis Support System, GRAS. It is also called as GRAS GIS. It have a full functionality. Admittedly, it is a bit clunky at a time as we shown in our views of GRAS GIS. But it is not short on tools. For example, it offers the image classification and PCA. It should be also useful in edge detection. It is also useful for radiometric correction. Like if we are having a remote sensing data, but that should not have a clarity in that data. We have to correct that data. So radiometric correction is important for that feature. Another key features of GRAS is the LIDAR processing and analysis. LIDAR is a one type of satellite imaging, and that is the useful for that our processing purpose. You can filter the LIDAR points and create the contours. We also create the contour by using the LIDAR data and generate DEMs like digital elevation model. It shows the old represent the old topographic features and that elevations. Next time you see a LAS file, and we have to see that what the GRAS can do with it. So for seeing that features, we have to click here and we can see what are the different features of GRAS. And if you want to read more about GRAS GIS, that are the link given here. So that can show that particularly how much GRAS capabilities and what are its limitations. Next is the Polaris Pro. And for synthetic aperture radar, you may want to look into the Polaris Pro. This software can handle dual full polarization SAR form satellite like NVSat, ALOS, and RadarSat 2 and Terra SAR X. That are the different satellite, and that should have different imagery, and there have been different types of polarization. There have been generally two types of polarization like horizontal and vertical. But nowadays there have been hybrid polarization also used in this field. There is a wide range of tools like LiDAR decomposition in SAR processing and calibration. Another neat part of this software is the graph processing framework where user can automate workflow. This functionality is similar to ArcGIS model builder and easy to set up. But ArcGIS is one of the software that is not a freeware. It is the licenseware software. That is the also having a great capability. That are the one module that should contain all the modules of GIS. Overall, Pulse Pro is very sophisticated piece of open source remote sensing software. You need to take a look at Polaris Pro if you are working with full or dual polarization SAR data. Whitebox GAT. GAT full form is Geospatial Analysis Tool, and Whitebox is one of the name of this software, Whitebox GAT. There is a hydrology theme that surrounds Whitebox GAT, Geospatial Analysis Tool. This is because it actually replaced terrain analysis system and ESRI tool for hydrogeomorphic application. Like if you want to find out the data of our catchment, and if you want to assign the stream order, how much amount of stream order has been present, how much stream has been present in that particular catchment, what are the their runoff characteristic, what are the soil characteristic, that are also available in ESRI tool. And it is also useful for processing on LIDAR data. Although the cartographic tool are bare overall Whitebox GAT as a solid 410 tool for all your GIS needs, many processing systems. Like if you want to name out our geographical features, we can use this. We slice the images. We have used this. We want to layering these images. We have to use white box. And if you want to find out the information about the white box GAT, so we have to click this link and we can find out the data. GVSIG. It is known for its wide variety of rich features and its supplies, and this applies to its remote sensing capabilities too. For example, user can perform supervised classification, band algebra and decision trees. On the top of that, GVSIG software delivers a more diverse range of tools like a TASS LED cap. It is the ideal for monitoring of vegetation, health and vigor and urban growth. Vegetation indices, like the vegetation indices toolbar analyzes the chlorophyll and plant health for multifactorial data. We also find out the what are the crops has been grown on the surface of earth and how much vegetation has been present on the surface of earth. If you want to read more about the GVSIG software, so we can use this link and we can find out how much useful this software for our purpose. Next is the optics. The neat part of about the optics software is the long list of extension you can add. There are the plugins for raster math, radar processing and hyper multispectral. Before downloading the extension, make sure and check the compatibility. Actually, you might have a scale back your optics version in order for the extension work properly. So if you want to find out that optics software, click here and find out how much optics capability and there have been limitations. IntelliImage. IntelliImage is a bit different from other open source remote sensing software on this list. It is specialized in automatic image interpretation, which is pretty neat. The core theme of automatic image interpretation is object-based image analysis (OBIA). This involves the segmentation, exploring the spectral geometric and spatial properties, and then classification. Although IntelliImage was developed in Brazil, documentation available in English. If you want to find out the IntelliImage, so their link has been given, and their link also has been given for object-based image analysis for using this software. ILWIS, Integrated Land and Water Information System. That are the very important software with respect to previous other. For more than 25 years, ILWIS has become a popular option for GIS enthusiasts. Actually, since its first release, it has over 27,000 downloads. But it wasn't until recently that it has become available for public use. One of its key features are its stereoscopy. Stereoscopy is the very important features that we can use for comparison of objects. If we have available one type of stereoscope data for particular object and we can put into it and that analyze all the our image and we are knowing that how much area that covers that type of object. Anaglyph and photogrammetry tools. If we have a satellite data, ILWIS also has a image classification techniques to create land cover and classes. That also giving a land cover maps and land utilization map also. ILWS was originally built for researchers and students. For this reason, effort was concentrated on developing a user-friendly environment. So this software is very user-friendly compared to any other, because in the other software limitation is that we want to know all the things about the radar data and different satellite image processing data and their processing techniques. But in that software, that is the very integrated and useful model for our learning purposes. So if you want to read more about ILWIS, Integrated Land and Water Information System, we have to click here and that can redirect to that ePhoto. ePhoto is a digital photogrammetry specialist in a group of open source remote sensing software. It is the core functionality is that photo triangulation, stereoscopic modeling, digital elevation model extraction, and this software provides a fully functional photogrammetry tool set to use at no cost. ePhoto has loads of tutorial and example to get you well on your way to being photogrammetry expert. This tool is especially designed for photogrammetry. We have previously seen that in the advanced surveying module, the camera has been attached with the plane and some of the photographs has been captured. OSSIM, Open Source Software Image Map. Not only has it become actively developed for almost 2 decades, but interesting enough, it is being funded through US department such as an intelligence and defense. OSSIM is a high performance open source remote sensing software application. It is good with compatibility. For example, it is compatible with over 100 raster and vector format, at least 4,000 types of projections. It supports a long list of sensors, but some may require additional plugins. If you need some remote sensing direction for high spatial resolution imagery, OSSIM might be the answer you have been searching for. In the OSSIM is also useful for defense and intelligence purpose, and that are the very useful features like that can capturing the changes in the features in the real time basis, and we can know what are the activities has been done in our enemy territory. So that are the most useful and important software in terms of OSSIM and the Sentinel toolbox and the different GIS software. But that world is very larger, so we cannot learn every software, and we cannot understand that how can this software work and how can we process that data, because all the software data is available or not available, and we have to uh, understand and learn each and every software with this requirement. And many other plugin systems and that format system requirement we also run, so we cannot learn all the software, but that are the only for your understanding and knowledge purpose. Every one software is having a each own each curriculum, so that all software we cannot learn in this semester. So we have to see in that video, and we have to understand how software works and how to use this software. There have been lots of capability. We are using that products, but we cannot know how much they prepare. So this type of products are prepared using this software. We are using Google Earth, we are using Google Maps, and we are using also another features like Windy, nullschool.com. There are weather analysis features. So that is the product of this software. First we have to process that data, and after that can give the our result into that our user friendly coordinate system. So we have to understand how that work. All the software we can't learn at a one time. We have to use that software during our practices if we are working with this field. So this is a very important if you want to join these types of field in the future. I hope you are understanding these various software capabilities well, and you are using and you are try how can we process that data and learn lot of things. Thank you.